In 1998, a respected medical journal published a study linking vaccines to autism. It was fraudulent. It was retracted. The author lost his medical license, and yet, decades later, millions of people still believe it. Here's the uncomfortable part. Many of those people are smart, educated, doctors, engineers, lawyers. So being intelligent clearly isn't the thing that protects us. In fact, here's the twist that should worry you. Intelligence often makes the problem worse, not better. Let me show you why. I say Turling. Because your brain doesn't actually work like a scientist searching for truth. It works like a lawyer, defending a client it already chose. And once you see how that lawyer operates, you'll start catching it everywhere. In others, in the news, and uncomfortably, in yourself. Meet the first mechanism, confirmation bias. Your brain does not treat all information equally. It has a bouncer at the door. Evidence that agrees with what you already believe gets waved straight in. No questions asked. No checking. Welcome, friend. But evidence that disagrees with you, it gets stopped, searched, interrogated, and usually turned away at the door. You don't experience this as bias. That's the trap. You experience it simply as being right, as common sense, as obvious. There's a famous experiment. People read the same mixed evidence about a hot topic. Both sides walked away more convinced they were right. The evidence didn't change their minds. It became ammunition. Each side kept only the parts that fit and threw the rest away. Asterologic between Timothy Twendall. This is why arguing with facts so often fails. You're not filling an empty cup. You're pouring water onto a sealed lid. And the smarter you are, the better you get at building reasons to keep that lid firmly shut. Which brings us to the lawyer. Psychologists call the second mechanism motivated reasoning. Your gut decides what it wants to be true. Then it hires your intelligence to justify it. Studies show something disturbing. The more educated and articulate someone is, the better they are at defending beliefs they never reasoned their way into. Intelligence isn't a truth detector. It's a defense attorney. Give it a conclusion, and it will find you a brilliant argument for it. Consider Linus Pauling, a genius, won 2 Nobel Prizes, and spent his later years convinced megadoses of vitamin C could cure almost anything. The evidence never supported him. But his brilliance didn't save him. It just made his wrong argument more sophisticated and harder to challenge. Isaac Newton, maybe the greatest mind in history, spent years chasing alchemy, trying to turn metal into gold. Genius is not immunity. Arthur Conan Doyle created Sherlock Holmes, the ultimate rational detective. Yet Doyle himself was convinced fairies were real, fooled by cardboard cutouts. The pattern is always the same. The mind wants something to be true, and a powerful mind is a powerful tool for getting its way. So why can't we just notice ourselves doing this? Because the whole process runs underground, beneath your awareness, before you feel a thing. By the time a belief reaches your conscious mind, it already feels finished, obvious, yours. The messy assembly happened in the dark, tilting across reliefs and this time up. There's another trap called the backfire effect. Sometimes, when you show people proof they're wrong, they believe the wrong thing even harder. Why? Because for many beliefs, being wrong doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like an attack on who you are. When a belief becomes part of your identity, defending it becomes self-defense. Your ego picks up the sword before your reason even wakes up. My policing, that it's called to condrief and with sense of deceits, the itideifty dreves, the incident of the pable. This is why the smartest people can have the dumbest blind spots. The blind spot isn't in their intelligence, it's in their identity. And groups make it worse. When everyone around you believes something, doubting it doesn't just risk being wrong, it risks being alone. So we go quiet, we nod along, and slowly, a belief nobody really examined becomes something everybody is sure is true. Okay, that's the bad news. Here's the good news. You can't delete these instincts, but you can learn to catch them in the act. The fix isn't being smarter. We've seen where that leads. The fix is a set of simple habits. Here are 3 tells. Tell number 1. Southern stunning. Tell number 1. Notice relief. When you find evidence for your side, do you feel relieved? Relief means you were defending, not investigating. A real investigator feels curious, not relieved. Relief is the sound of a door closing. Curiosity is the sound of one opening. Tell number 2. Can you argue the other side? Try to state your opponent's view so well that they would nod and say, exactly. If the best you can do is a weak, silly cartoon of what they think, you don't understand them enough to disagree yet. Tell number 3. Ask what would change your mind. If the honest answer is nothing, then you're not holding a belief, you're holding a wall. A belief has a door. Evidence can walk in and rearrange the furniture. A wall has no door. Nothing gets in, nothing changes. You won't win every time. Nobody does. These instincts are older than reason itself. But awareness is the one advantage they didn't plan for. So next time you instantly agree with something, pause. That warm click of certainty, that's the exact moment to look closer. That's where thinking begins.